All right, check, 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 check. Can you hear me okay?
Yep, I can hear you.
Perfect. You got your noise canceling on, the little switch on the side. You just move that.
I didn't turn it off. Do you think it's still on?
I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, it says it's on here. We're going to turn it off real quick and then turn it on.
Perfect.
You hear a difference?
Yep.
All right, perfect. All right. All right. We are back in the aircraft with Miss Maddie. We are headed to Mason City. What a fun day at Okoboji, huh?
It was a really good time.
You like it?
Yes, I do. I'm hot. It was a hot one today.
It was. You know, and you're dressed in all black.
I know. That's my fault. I should have planned better.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We can live and learn, right?
Yes.
So, but we got some pictures taken.
We did.
That was
that
very
was a good
cool.
time.
And they were really awesome pictures.
Uh-huh.
I can't wait to see
Got
what they
some
look
out
like.
on the dock and
Yep.
a bunch of different places.
Yeah. What a blessing it was to have Tim come out and take some pictures of you. That was just awesome of him to do. So, thank you, Tim. He probably watches this stuff. To be honest with you.
Hi, Tim.
Yeah. Thank you so much for taking pictures of Miss Maddie. We had a blast. All right, let's go ahead and taxi this truck. In the grass. I tell you what, it rides like a truck. So, all right. Spirit Lake traffic, Mooney 875 is taxiing to runway 34 from the grass. Spirit Lake. I don't want to get her bouncing too much because I don't need my prop to hit the ground, you know?
Yeah.
If you hit a prop on the ground or hit an object, it's an automatic engine rebuild. And engines in these things are about $35,000.
Yeah, I was going to say, that sounds like an expensive oopsie.
It is a very expensive oopsie, so we kind of make sure that we take care of our engines, props, all that kind of good stuff. So.
Should I shut this now too?
Can. Yeah, we just hold it shut. Pull it all the way back towards you. Pull it all the way back, all the way, all the way back. And then now shove it all the way forward. It should be locked. Yep, we're good. Pull it back, see if she dies. Doesn't
She
die.
doesn't.
That's a bonus. All right, so we're going to come out of here. We're going to take a left traffic pattern, fly over West Lake, fly down around the lakes, and we'll just kind of hold the lakes, and then we'll pick up our magenta line to Mason City.
Awesome.
Like I said, I think that this thing has me busting it out there in 30 minutes to Mason City from, doesn't actually have a time set because we're not moving, but once we start moving, it'll start having us a time. So we'll shut this. Go, all the little clippies. Oh, these clippies, I had to buy one because I broke one.
Oh.
$30.
$30?
Little piece of plastic.
Oh my goodness.
Isn't it amazing? That's airplane stuff for you.
It adds up.
Yeah, it does. It's airplane stuff for you. All right, here we go. Ready to do this?
Yes.
And we get a little ramp at the end. You see that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Whee.
Spirit Lake traffic, Mooney 875 is departing runway 34. Going to stay in left traffic pattern over the lakes and then depart to the east. Spirit Lake. All right. 1, 2. And we've got flight controls are free and correct. They're doing what they got to do. You ready to roll?
Yep.
Let's go. All right, got full power. There's 40. There's 50. There's 60. And there's turkeys right there, see them?
Yeah.
Turkeys. Can't believe that. Turkeys on the near the runway. That ain't cool. And we'll go gear up. As we get over the trees, we'll get bumpy a little bit, okay? No fear. Flaps up. Comfortable?
What was that?
Are you comfortable?
Oh, I'm comfortable. That takeoff was easier because I think I knew what I was expecting.
Yeah, a little bit of it. Well, we knew that, I probably should have said, hey, the trees and stuff are blocking a lot of wind, so when we get up above them, we're going to get bounced around a little bit. But you can see how it's starting to smooth out a little bit because you're not getting the swirling wind.
Yeah.
So we're going to turn over the lakes. Spirit Lake traffic, Mooney 875 is turning left crosswind from runway 34, Spirit Lake. And here's some of those monster homes like that we drove by. They're right here.
From above.
Yeah, they're big. We're gonna go out here. I'm gonna snoop it around so we can look some of these houses. Yeah, this is amazing, the amount of money that's in these homes. All right. You're a good swimmer, right?
I am.
All right.
I am lifeguard certified.
Perfect. So if we have to ditch it in the lake,
oh, we'd be fine.
we'd be fine.
Yep.
There'd be boats coming to our rescue and everything else. Remember the big boat that was on at the place? I can't remember what the name of it was. Little charter boat or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's right down there.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
The Queen or whatever.
Yeah. That's it. Isn't that cool?
That is cool.
Yeah. Motoring pretty good. Going pretty fast. Got a sailboat out there. Doing 124 knots right now at like half throttle. That is fast. It's because we're being pushed by the wind. So like I said, when we go back to home, it's going to be like crazy fast. So cool, isn't it?
It is really cool.
Able to see the lake from up here. There's the airport. Those people down on the boats are like, oh man, look at that little plane flying up there. It'd be so fun to be on that plane right now. But you can tell that the wind, how the wind's pushing us right now, because I'm sitting there flying like this, but the plane's kind of going that way.
It's drifting, yeah.
So they call that crabbing. Look at some of those houses down there.
Oh my goodness.
Isn't that just awesome? Man. Oh, and then the place I was telling you about, the barefoot on the lake, is right here. This is it.
Oh.
So you can see how it has like a little bar tiki area there, and then a bunch of these docks, so you can pull your boat in and tie up. So this place on the weekend is packed. Like there isn't a space that you can fill in. So
big houses out here too.
oh yeah, houses just everywhere on the lake. You know, imagine if you have a lake home in Iowa, you're going to spend a premium because there's not too many lakes that you can do. So,
right.
But we're going to go ahead, get on up and out of here. And we're going up at 1,000 feet per minute. That is a really good climb rate for this aircraft. Ones I learned in were like 500 feet per minute, 500, 600 feet. So they're like doubling it right now, 1,000 feet per minute. And we'll get our magenta line set up. There it is. So this is synthetic vision. So basically, if I was to fly through the mountains, it would have like hills, and you can see how it's like a three-dimensional type picture.
Yep.
It would show that stuff.
Okay. So is this water?
Yeah, these are little lakes.
Okay.
So there's a lake right here, and the lake shows up right there on the map, right? So everything is got a place, and even these little lines here are all roads.
Oh.
So, but if it was mountainous, we would see like mountains and hills, and it would be rolling, and it's that synthetic view type stuff. So there's an airport right out here. Imagine it's in that town up there, and that will be Esterville. So that's the next airport. But if we should have an emergency now, we're just going to put it down in a field, because look at how many fields.
Right.
They're just one of the greatest things about Iowa is that. There's so many places you can land, and it's so safe, right? So.
You're lucky.
What's that?
We're lucky.
We are blessed. We're not Louisiana, I can tell you that. Louisiana is just covered in trees.
You want to land it in a bayou?
Yeah, right, with some alligators and some turtles and everything else. So did you have fun there in Lake Okoboji?
I did, yeah.
It's first time. I mean, we didn't spend a lot of time and do a lot of stuff. We just kind of walked around and kind of looked at some stuff. You know, blessed obviously to have Tim show up and use his skills to be able to take some good photos of you. I think that they'll turn out really good because what he was showing, I mean, people have that eye for that stuff. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, he was even showing me after he took them, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That was better than I expected.
Yeah, well, they're really good photos. What we really need to do sometime is take you up for a weekend, right? And you bring a friend with you, and you come up, and you guys can stay in Taylor's little cabin or whatever, and hang out for a weekend and actually do some fun stuff and get on the boats and go do that kind of stuff.
That would be really fun.
So
boating is my favorite.
Is it?
And I'm pretty good at tubing too, so.
You like to hang?
I do, yes.
The
I'm like a
grip?
pro, yes. And then I come home with like bloody hands.
Oh, really?
Seems like, because I'm holding on for so long.
Yeah, I used to do a lot of that tubing and wakeboarding and knee boarding and all that kind of stuff. I loved it, but I don't know. I do it now, and I feel it for a week.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm still at the age that luckily that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen.
Right, you can recover, and I don't recover so easily. So I kind of got out of that. I'm like, you know what? That's a young man's game. So I'll be happy to drive the boat.
You can drive it. Yeah.
Do you want to talk to? Should we talk to Minneapolis Center? You'll be able to hear all kinds of air traffic.
Yeah.
You want to see what that sounds like?
Yeah.
All right. We'll talk with them. So this is Minneapolis Center. We're going to hear them chirping a lot, and we'll get some flight following. So they'll have us put a code in, and then we'll get some flight following into Mason City. Since Mason City is a busier airport, you know, it might be good and advantageous to have them talking to them. It's a safety thing.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So. Minneapolis Center, Mooney 78875.
Mooney 78875, Minneapolis Center, go ahead.
Yeah, Mooney 78875 just left Spirit Lake Airport en route to Mason City and would like flight following.
Remember 78875, Roger, squawk 3604.
3604. 3604. Mooney 875 is squawking 3604.
November 875, change to my frequency 127.75.
127.75.
Yep.
November 7717 uniform, radar contact lost, say altitude. 4,500, 17 uniform. November 17 uniform, Roger. November 17 uniform, advise any altitude changes. Roger, 17 uniform.
I can't even hear what they're saying.
Yeah, we'll get it in a second.
November 587 Mike, descend at pilot's discretion, maintain 1000. Waterloo altimeter again is 2982.
Center 875's with you, 5,700.
November 78875, Roger, radar contact 2 miles south of the Estherville Airport. And you said you're at Mooney and you're going to Mason City?
Yeah, be correct. We are a Mooney Type C headed to Mason City, and we're going to level off at 5,500.
November 875, Roger. And there's VFR traffic in your 1 o'clock, and we're approximately 10 miles, non-radar at 4,500 is a Skyhawk.
Copy. We'll keep our eyes open for Mooney 875.
Citation 587 Mike, contact Waterloo approach 118.9.
So we're talking with Minneapolis Center, and Minneapolis is basically controlling all the traffic in the area.
Yep.
So what we did is flight following. So he's able to track us and see where we're going, how high we are, how fast we're going, that kind of stuff. And he puts type aircraft, so he knows how fast this airplane can go, right? So we can really build some speed and really get going. The good thing about having somebody talking to, if I were to have an emergency right now, I could just declare emergency and be able to put it down, and here he'd be like, okay, he'd be giving me a vector and say, okay, turn this way in 7 miles, and I know the glide, he's going to give me frequencies, he's going to give me weather, he's going to give me everything that I need to know to get this plane on the ground safely.
That's nice.
So plus, if I need help, he can send the paramedics and the fire department and everything. He can get everybody ready for when I get on the ground. So I got somebody there right away. So it's a safety thing, right?
Right.
So I use it whenever I take long trips. Now, we didn't do it on the way up because we were talking, right?
Right.
And if I were to do it when we would have constant interruptions,
Right.
right?
So
But
you don't have to have that?
don't have to have it. Don't have to have it. When you're a VFR pilot, you just stay VFR. You don't have to have flight tracking. But right now we're doing 156 knots, which is about 180 miles an hour
Okay.
over the ground. So we are really motoring. And when we go back to Ames, we're going to be even going faster than that.
Really?
Yeah. So, but yeah, this plane is scooting right now. So, and according to this,
The Rock 968, Minneapolis Center, Sioux City, altimeter 2987.
this isn't even giving me a time. It says 20 minutes to Mason City.
Wow.
Yeah. Crazy, isn't it? Far reaches of northwest Iowa to the middle of the state. To the middle of the state in 20 minutes, 25 minutes, you know.
That's insane.
It is insane. But, you know, we had the advantage of being able to just fly over everything
Right.
at high speeds and
Right.
not have to do turns. And because
I wish my car could go 180 miles an hour.
I don't know, my car will do 180 miles an hour, but there's no way I'd be too scared on the ground going that fast. It would
I'd
just take,
spin out. Yeah.
take it'd take a blowout on a tire, and boom, you're done. It just doesn't make sense. So, but this tells us that we're 51 nautical miles away. Tells us we're doing 162 knots, so now we're even going even faster. So, I've had this plane up to 203
Number
knots.
629 Alpha
200
Golf, contact
what?
Minneapolis Center,
203, okay.
123.907.
That's 233 miles an hour.
Oh. Now, what does like the average just airline fly at?
Oh, they fly really fast. So they're flying around 600 miles an hour,
Okay.
like the jets.
Yep.
They're flying really fast, way faster than this. You'll never get the speeds that they get out of it. But what I can take advantage of that they can is that you have to report to an airport an hour and a half early to go through TSA checkouts, right? You have to check in your luggage and do all that stuff. Then you get on the plane. Then they take you someplace like to Houston, right?
Uh-huh.
Then you get off the plane, and then you have a layover there of an hour or two, right? And you have to get back on the next plane, and then you're going to, and then you go from there to Melbourne, Florida.
Uh-huh.
So all said and done, you've got 7-8 hours invested of your day flying commercially. I can get there in the same amount of time in this,
Right.
and I don't have to deal with TSA, which means
Right.
I can take anything I want to in the plane. I can, you know, I don't have to.
Right.
I can take liquids.
Yeah.
You can't do that in commercial airplanes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So
You don't have to check them, spend that extra money.
no. Now, it probably would be more cost effective to be able to fly commercially because you can get a ticket down to, you know, Melbourne, Florida for $350 a piece. And
Yep.
at $700, that's about what I would spend in fuel to get down there and back. So, but there's a definite convenience to this, and the big convenience for me
Yeah.
is I get to jump in my plane and just go anytime I want to. And
I never realized that you were able to just leave whenever you want. I thought that you were given like a time that you had to
nope,
kind of follow.
I can go anytime I want. I can go in the middle of the night, middle of the day, you know, whenever, and I can fly anywhere I want to. A lot of our restrictions, though, like my particular restriction, is I have what they call a basic med. I didn't renew my class 3 medical.
Uh-huh.
I got a basic med, which allows me to continue to fly. I get to see my own doctor instead of an FAA doctor, and I only have to do it once every 4 years.
Okay.
Where with an FAA doctor, I have to do it every 2 years in order to keep my class 3 medical. Well, the difference between a class 3 medical and a basic med is that with a class 3 medical, I can fly into Canada. With a basic med, they won't let me fly into Canada.
Okay.
So that's the only
what would,
place.
like if you weren't allowed to fly into Canada and you started flying into Canada, what would they do?
Well, chances are they're not going to be like, we need to check his medical.
Yeah.
You know, if I flew into Canada, they'd be like, okay, we need to check this guy out. We're going to land. We're going to go through customs, just like you do with any other country. You know,
Okay.
show your luggage, they go through your plane, all that kind of stuff. The chances of them checking your medical are probably slim to none. However, it is an FAA rule that if I do that, then I got to have a class 3 medical, and it's probably because of Canada's rules, not the United States rules. Because I can fly into Mexico or the Caribbean on a basic med,
Oh.
but I can't go into Canada.
Okay. But you still have to check custom and stuff like that.
Every time you leave the country, you got to do customs.
Okay.
And you have to fill out this thing called an EAFIS, which is a form that tells our government, the U.S. government, hey, I'm leaving the country. and this is when I plan on being back, right? So they will know to look for you. So when I fly back into the country, they're going to be like, you know, Mr. Jansen's going to be coming into Florida, Fort Lauderdale executive today between the hours of 12 and 1. Once I land, then I have to pull up to customs, get out of my plane, take all my gear out, go show it to them. You know, do all the customs things, show my passport, the whole 9 yards, and then okay, boom, you're back in the country. Then you jump back in your plane, you can fly on.
Oh, okay.
So just like customs you would do any place else, they kind of do, but they have special little rules for me because I'm a small general aviation deal.
Right.
Rock 968, do you want to stay at 15 or do you want to climb to 16?
Does it show other planes on here too?
It should, if they have ADS-B. Now,
yeah, I don't need it. I'm just going to leave you at
not
15.
not all
968.
not all aircraft have it.
Okay.
Right? So my aircraft has it. Most aircraft are supposed to have it. It was a rule starting in 2020, but the general aviation, he said it was a Cessna flying at 4,000 feet. He might not have it. And he said it was a radar contact, so it was a radar deal. It wasn't computerized, because the way ADS-B works is it sends a signal down to towers on the ground. That information gets relayed to ATC in Minneapolis, and they're able to see a pinpoint location because it gives GPS data. It's constantly filtering that stuff. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So technology.
Technology.
401 Delta Romeo, Minneapolis Center, Roger. Mason.
They should
City
make this a
Altimeter,
college class.
282.
It is. In some places, it is a college class. So Co College in Cedar Rapids
Oh yeah.
just started an aviation class.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
See,
So-
I've never seen it at a college or university before.
Some of them do. There's some colleges like Emory-Riddle down in Florida is purely a flight school.
Oh, cool.
Like, that's all they do. And I think they have 2 locations. They have one in Phoenix and then one down in Daytona area. But
Stand by.
it is purely a flight school. That's all it is. There are lots of little flight schools around, like the one in Ames you got to go to today, Central Iowa Air Service. Another really cool one. So the way to get to
134 Victor Uniform, Minneapolis.
ATP.
Roger. Norfolk altimeter is 29991.
ATP would be air transport pilot.
Yep.
That's like Delta
401
Airlines.
Delta Romeo, clear direct to Kilo Romeo, Victor Sierra, Tulsa Riverside.
I always ask people, do you understand what they're saying?
Nope.
All the code talk?
Sounds like 419, 900 feet.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, I
Yeah,
don't know what that means, but.
yeah. So basically,
Then they say Roger.
yeah, Roger that. Roger, copy out.
Number 788-75, change to my frequency 127.3.
Over to 27.3 from Mooney 875. Minneapolis Center, Mooney 78875 is with you, 6,000, descending to 5,500.
Number 78875, Roger. Mason City altimeter is 2982.
2982 for 875. We're doing 171 knots now. That's
My gosh.
195 miles an hour across the ground.
Boom.
Yeah, we're zooming, aren't we? Crazy how fast this thing can go. Beautiful clouds, too. I call those the Homer Simpson clouds.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Or the Simpson, you know, when you go to the Simpsons and...
Yep.
Yeah. We're going to listen to the weather there in...
Number 215 Hotel Charlie, Minneapolis Center, Roger.
1,400. Mason City Municipal Airport. Automated weather observation.
It's some cool pictures up here.
Oh, yeah.
2 Zulu. Wind 300 at 18. Peak gusts 25. Visibility 10.
Number 788-75, you have the NOTAMs and the weather there at Mason City?
Yeah, I just got the weather. Looks like winds out of 300. So, yeah, we got the weather and everything.
How's that?
Better check the NOTAMs because he said NOTAMs.
And what is that?
NOTAMs, notices to air. It used to be notices to airmen, but they wanted to be politically correct like the rest of the world is getting, you know, like, forever it was notices to airmen, and NOTAM, N-O-T-A-M. But now they're calling it notices to air missions.
Air missions.
Yeah. So basically it just tells me everything that I need to know about that area. There we go. So it tells me there's an obstacle light out of service. Tells me there's another obstacle light and another obstacle light. So it tells me that there's 3 obstacle lights out of service there.
At
We're
Mason
not
City?
in Mason City. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not worried about those lights because, well, it's daylight.
Right, right.
I'm not worried about it. So, but yeah, that's kind of the shtick there. Need to come back left on the magenta line. You see right out in front of us is Clear Lake.
Okay, I was gonna say, I wonder when it's coming.
Yep, it's right there. So we'll fly to the north side of it. Okay.
Yep.
And then the airport that we're going to is right up there. You can see it's like a lighter colored spot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I see that.
Yeah. So that's where it's at. So, and we're only 18 miles out. It says we're 6 minutes out. So I'm going to call Minneapolis and let them know that we got the airport in sight. They're going to say, you know, frequency changed approved, squawk VFR, you know, is what they'll tell me. So it's always the same, right? Minneapolis Center, Mooney 78875 has airfield in sight.
Number 78875, roger, your radar service terminated. You can squawk VFR, change advisory frequencies approved, and have a good day.
Yeah, you have a good day as well. We'll change freaks and squawk VFR. Take care, bye.
The answer's so fast.
Who?
Whoever you're talking to.
Oh, yeah. Now we're on Mason City's CTAF, so we'll let them know what we're doing because we're 15 miles out.
Okay.
And I like to do 15, 10, 5.
Got it.
So Minneapolis Center, Mason City traffic, Mooney 78875 is 15 miles to the west inbound for runway 30 Mason City.
No traffic, Mississippi 29, turn base for 23, final for 30 airway.
Yeah, I said Minneapolis Center when I should have said Mason City. I do that all the time. Like I'll fly into Ankeny and I'll say Ames traffic.
They sound so similar.
Yeah. So
No traffic, Mississippi 29, turn final 33, no.
we're going to go ahead and start descending.
Okay.
Traffic, Skyhawk 80135, turning left, downwind 30.
Which we don't know what airport he was at. Left downwind 30, you know, it could be in 7 different airports. That's why it's important to say where you're at, where you're at, who you are, what you're doing, where you're at.
Got it. Let's start talking pilot talk now.
Well, you know what? If I could teach you anything, it would be pilot talk. So,
Pilot talk.
yeah, that's important. But this is Clear Lake right there in front of us. Lots of home. You know the story of the surf ballroom here?
I don't.
Oh, okay. Have you heard of the surf ballroom?
It sounds really familiar.
3 miles
So-
south, joining downwind 45 for runway 30, looking for 99171.
So
We will make a left 360 for spacing.
I don't know what airport.
Traffic 99171, left downwind 30,
All right, I don't know where that. Surf ballroom. You ever hear of Buddy Holly
Yeah.
and Richie Valens?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And the Big Bopper?
Yep.
Do you know that they died? I think it's 3 different people. I'm hoping it is. I hope I don't look like a fool. Right?
You have to check it before.
Well, no, I'm going to post it anyway because I don't care if I look like a fool because guess what? You know, we all make mistakes, right? But
Right.
nobody's perfect. Anyway, 3 musicians just got done playing.
6,200, emergency descent simulated.
Emergency descent. You said emergency descent.
Traffic, Skyhawk 80135, left downwind 30.
I think he's doing a practice. That's an airplane.
Okay.
And he's 2,500 feet below
Is
us.
that the one that's
and
doing
he's
the
going up.
emergency landing?
No, that's somebody else someplace else. Anyway, the 3 guys had a concert at the Surf Ballroom here in Mason City,
Uh-huh.
or Clear Lake. They went back to the airport, they jumped on a plane together, and they started to fly to South Dakota in the middle of a snowstorm. The plane went down in northwest Iowa and killed all 3 of them.
Okay, yeah, I have heard of that.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
They actually, their last concert was at the Surf Ballroom here in Clear Lake, and they flew out of Mason City. That was their last known
Oh my gosh.
place.
They just wanted to get there, or why did they fly in the snowstorm?
There was a reason why. It was like they flipping a coin, you know, who's going to fly, who's not, because there was multiple guys doing it, and some of them wanted to just get there and be able to stay in the hotel and relax the night.
Yeah.
And others were like, we'll just take the bus, and you know. But I think they all wanted to be on the plane, but only 3 of them could fit, and so the 3 that went, they all died.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so pretty tragic, right?
Yeah.
So we're looking for that aircraft. It's right here in front of us, 1,700 feet below us. Mason City traffic, Mooney 875 is 5 miles to the west, inbound for runway 30, Mason City.
Lake traffic star 980, everybody joining a left downwind 30.
Lake traffic, 7 Fox Delta, turning a left. City traffic, 4840 hotel, on the left downwind for runway 30, Mason City.
Oh, we got them traffic there. Now they're. She's coming back across this way. That horn is the gear horn. Remember, it's
yep.
under 10 inches. Yeah.
Yeah.
No big deal. Mason City traffic, Mooney 875 is entering the left downwind for runway 30, Mason City. Amazing.
City 40 hotel, turn final for runway 30, full stop Mason City.
Got a guy coming in on final. There he is, I see him. You see him out there?
Yep, I see him.
Yep. Lake's right behind you. Lake's big from up here, doesn't it?
Does look big.
Yeah.
Had some good times on that lake.
Yeah, so have I. I've done a lot of boating. I actually took my boat up here several times to go on that lake. I had some friends up here, and I was like, yeah, let's just all go up there and have fun, tie up, and enjoy ourselves. All right, so we're going to BC Gumps it. When I said do a Gumps check, you forgot to do your Gumps check when you're back on the simulator?
Rookie mistake.
Yeah, so BC Gump stands for booster pump, so we're turning on the pump. Booster pump. Carb heat, we're going to check that, right? Cow flaps are open.
Okay.
G stands for gear, so we're going to put the gear down.
Okay.
Okay, gear. Green light's on, gear. Undercarriage, or gas on fullest tank, then undercarriage, then mixtures full rich, props full forward, and we're good to go. We're good to land. So BC Gumps, booster pump, carb heat, cow flaps, gas on fullest tank, undercarriage, mixture, props, and then S is safety belts and
Got it.
switches. So turn that on. Mason City traffic, Mooney 875 is turning left base for runway 30, Mason City. All right, let's see if we can butter this landing. What do you think?
I think we got it.
You think so?
Last one wasn't bad at all.
Yeah, we just kind of did some floaty floatertons. So this is a big runway. It's actually a commercial airport, so the United flies out of here.
City 40
Oh,
hotel,
I didn't know that.
Field, off 30 Bravo Mason City.
Mason City traffic, Mooney 875, starting final for runway 34, full stop, Mason City. You see there's 4 lights out there, the white.
Uh-huh.
That means I'm too high. You want 2 red, 2 white, that's glide slope, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna drop the plane. Remember I talked about forward slip where we turn the plane one way and then we do this?
Yep.
And we drop altitude like crazy?
Yep.
Yeah. We're gonna do that as we come in. And then eventually it'll go 1 red, 3 white, and then it'll do 2 red, 2 white. And if you go too many reds, 4 reds is all dead. You're dead because you're too low. But we'll never get to
4 red, 2 dead, or 4 red, you're dead.
You're dead. Power's out. Butted.
That was really smooth.
Yeah. Can you say that again to the cameras?
That was really smooth.
Like I'm a pro at this,
Yeah,
right?
or something.
Yeah.
My turn.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, but we certainly have fun being able to fly. So my hope is that we can come in here and relax, get in the air conditioning, that kind of stuff. I'm hoping he's open. He said he was doing a grand reopening today on June 11th, but he also sent a message saying that they're going to bulldoze the restaurant in October. I'll tell you why here in a second. Mason City traffic, moving 875's cleared, runway 30. Mason City headed to the ramp. So this part right here, this is the main terminal of the airport. This is where United comes in and picks up its passengers.
Okay.
That over there is the brand new terminal that they just finishing, that they're building. And what they're going to do is once that's in operation, they're going to get rid of all this other stuff. Is what their goal is, and part of it is the restaurant. So my hope.
That Mexican restaurant.
Yeah. And so he said in October will be his last deal. Now I don't know what the situation is going to be, but we got a marshaller out here. See this guy standing here with his hands out? Yeah. He's going to let us know what we're going to do, and he's going to marshal us in. Give it a little power. Pull that back.